Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we're tackling a really big shift in digital marketing. It's this move away from just, selling us stuff to actually trying to connect with us as actual people.
Okay, let's just start with a feeling I think we all know. You open your phone, your browser, and bam! You're just hit with this constant barrage of ads, pop-ups, promotions. It's a lot, right? Totally overwhelming.
And you can imagine for businesses, this is a huge problem. I mean, with all that noise, how do you even get noticed? It's a real battle. And that pressure, well, it's forcing them to completely rethink their entire marketing strategy.
So that brings us right to the heart of the problem here. This idea of digital marketing overload. The very tools that were supposed to connect brands and people, they're often doing the exact opposite, just pushing us further apart.
So what's the solution? Well, it turns out the answer isn't just to shout louder. It's about a fundamental shift, moving the whole focus from just getting a one-time sale to building real, lasting relationships. It's about putting people before pixels.
Okay, so what is this new solution? What does it look like? Well, it's an approach that's being called humanistic, or maybe you've heard it as human-to-human marketing.
Now, H2H marketing, it's important to know this doesn't mean we're throwing out all the tech. Not at all. It's actually about using that technology in a smarter way, to have more authentic, more human interactions, by really understanding what individuals need, what they like, and even how they feel.
And here's why this works, right? When a brand treats you like a real person, not just a number on a spreadsheet, that builds trust. And that trust, that's the magic ingredient. It leads to loyalty, and that loyalty is what really drives sustainable, long-term growth. But, this didn't just happen overnight. So how did we get here? To really get why H2H marketing is such a big deal, we kind of need to take a quick trip back in time and see how marketing has changed over the years. Okay, now this is super interesting because it maps out the whole journey. Look at this. We start back in the 1950s, after the war, when it was all about the product. That's it. We made a thing, now buy it. But then you can see how it evolves. The 60s bring in a focus on the brand, then the 80s and 90s get more strategic, more targeted, and it all leads right up to today where the focus is squarely on being human-oriented.
This really shows you the deep philosophical shift. Think about it. We went from outbound marketing, the old 4 Ps, product, price, place, promotion. That was basically the megaphone approach, where companies just pushed their message out and interrupted us. But now we're in the world of inbound marketing. And the 4 Cs, customer, cost, convenience, communication. This is all about pulling customers in by offering them something they actually value on their own terms. And all of this evolution brings us to what some people are now calling the 5 Es marketing mix. This is a much more modern, more dynamic way to think about it. It goes way beyond just grabbing a customer's attention. It's all about this continuous cycle of exchanging knowledge, engaging with the brand, and evolving together. It's more like a partnership, really, between the brand and the customer.
Okay, so that's the theory. Let's get practical. Let's see how this whole humanistic approach actually gets put into practice with the really powerful digital tools we have today. So a modern H2H strategy isn't about finding that one silver bullet. It's way more sophisticated. Think of all these different digital tools, social media, email, mobile, search, not as separate things, but like instruments in an orchestra. They all have to work together in harmony to create one beautiful, seamless customer experience. Mobile is a perfect example, right? Our phones are so personal to us. So instead of just taking a website and squishing it onto a small screen, the smart brands are creating these unique, immersive experiences designed just for that device. They're using the camera, the GPS, the notifications to create something that's genuinely interactive and useful.
And oh man, this campaign from Burger King is a brilliant example of that. They used augmented reality to let people literally point their phone's camera at a competitor's ad and burn it. And in return, they got a free Whopper. I mean, how clever is that? It's fun, it's interactive, and it creates this super memorable moment. That's way more powerful than just another boring banner ad, right?
And in the same way, social media has grown up. It's not just a broadcast platform anymore. It's become a place where brands can build real, genuine communities.
Take a look at this. This is a sponsored post from Mercedes-Benz. Notice what it's not doing? It's not screaming, "Buy our car" at you. No, it's selling a lifestyle, a feeling, a set of values. The whole goal here is to create a sense of belonging, to make customers feel like they're part of this exclusive community that shares their dreams and aspirations. And of course, behind all of this,
Artificial intelligence is becoming the engine that makes these huge platforms feel personal. It's the key to making it all feel one-on-one.
So you have companies like IKEA or Newsweek using recommendation AI, and it's not just to show you what's popular with everyone. It's suggesting things based on your specific behavior, what you've looked at. This is H2H in action. It's using really complex data to basically say, hey, we see you, and based on what we know, we think you might really like this. And when it's done right, it feels helpful, not creepy or intrusive.
All right, so let's pull all these threads together. What's the big takeaway here? What does this whole human-centric approach actually deliver at the end of the day? The ultimate goal, really, is to create value that goes so far beyond just the thing you're buying. It's about solving real problems, making people's lives easier or more entertaining, and through all that, building real, lasting trust. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The goal of humanistic digital marketing is to bring technical improvements into harmony with human values. It's about taking all this incredible technology we've built and making sure it serves fundamental human values like empathy, authenticity, and connection, not just the bottom line. And let's be clear, this isn't just some feel-good, fluffy strategy. A business that operates this way, one that builds real trust and delivers real value, is a business that creates the kind of deep customer loyalty that's absolutely essential for sustainable long-term growth. It's just better business. And that leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question to think about. As automation and AI get more and more powerful and take over more tasks, will that genuine, authentic human touch become the single most valuable and the single most important asset any brand can possibly have?